Hello. Hello. I was gonna try to plug in the other phone, but I guess I don't really need to. I don't have the. Actually, yeah, I do have a block. Boop, 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 doop. So I'm here to do members' readings for the members. I'm gonna plug it over here because it's not gonna work over here. There we go. At least I'll have it for later. Alright. Hello. I got my candle. The little knitted mat is cute and everything in the package. Thank you so much. You are welcome. Glad that it got there safe and that you like it. It's been a weird couple of days. The energy has been like, I don't know, sad. Or I've just been sad. Just been crying like a big baby. Not wanting to live on this planet with all the people that do horrible things. But what are you gonna do about it? I forgot about this live too, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta do the live. Can I pay? Sure. You know where all the links are, I believe. Hello. It's been weird for you too. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with it. I feel like, I know I'm not the only one, because I saw stuff that was like, made me feel a certain way and get all upset and that, and then I saw a girl who was like feeling that exact same way and dealing with it in another situation that was, completely different circumstances, but it still ties down to like the same base, like this isn't right type of thing going on. I gotta get rid of this thing. Trying not to use those as much. But yeah, it's like people who are innocent, people who are like pure people, they always get taken advantage of in this world and hurt or lost or stolen, and it's like there's just so many stupid rules that we have for certain things, but then like these other things is like, whatever, that's okay, don't worry about that. Like, people get away with murder, people get away with like selling their children, people get away with taking other people and their total freedom from them and make them work and do things they don't want to do, parade them around, and other people are like, meh, that's okay. I've been listening to subliminals to reprogram my pattern. What meditation do you recommend? What's the matter? They've been acting weird too. The dogs, they keep like crying and coming over and wanting to be like extra attention. I've been listening to different, like, I've listened to subliminals. I prefer more so like things that like, some of the subliminals, it's like, how do you know that they're actually did anything? Like anybody could upload a video that's just like whatever and be like, oh, this is filled with subliminals, so you don't know. But I like to look at the comments on those types of videos, patterns. I like to look at the comments on videos. Like the video that I found last month and I shared to the community board and stuff, there was tons of feedback of like, oh my god, I did this and then this happened. So if you listen to subliminals, look at the comments and see if anybody's had any results with it. And then I personally like hypnosis, like to hear what's being said. because I feel like I can confirm, like, okay, this is what the intention is, this is what we're focused on. I can't think, Michael Seeley, I think is the guy's name, that I like his meditations that he does. They're like hypnosis ones. Um, and then just anything that you're drawn to that seems to have, you know, good feedback on it. I don't think that there's anything too, you know, just use your judgment, use your best judgment. But Michael Seeley I like. Susanna, Is This a Dream? I like. She's a creator, and she does like those what do you call it? Astral projection ones. What's the matter? What's the matter, Chunka boy? I like Pure Rasa meditations as well. Awesome sauce. Yes, I got recommended someone for the subliminals. Also, the bio sound of 144 hertz with the tuning fork, that had an effect on me big time. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that can change too, like which frequency that you're drawn to. Like sometimes I'll get drawn to the ones that are like 528, and then other times it's like the 396. Um, and again, I think it connects with people. Like I still feel like there's certain things that I've created that like to this day from like 5 years ago still get amazing feedback, and I feel like it's because it takes the frequency of whatever that was and it just holds it, it keeps it. Like my guided meditation for cutting cords, like I still get people on the regular being like, oh my god, this is amazing. And even people who will comment and be like, I just listened to this again for like the 10,000th time, and it still does what it did for them originally. So um, when you find something that you like, you know, use it, and you may shift away from it and come back to it too. But I definitely, I know he's a chunka boy. Now he's over there. Now this one's here. This one's the little boy. He's a serious monster. He's a Stassi baby. He's from Sirius. He's a serious wiener. They've been definite. I think they can feel me being sad, so they've been like, "What's the matter, Mama? What's the matter? What's the matter, Mama?" I keep telling them to just forget it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. Meditations are awesome. Your wolf and owl one is amazing. Thank you. That one got a lot of really good feedback too. And I did something different with it. Like after, this is the candle right here that I haven't finished the entirety of it yet. But I did the meditation, then afterwards I recorded just the candle like as it was burning down, because I could feel the shift in the frequency from like when I originally lit it to the end of that meditation activation. And so I paired that up and shared that on Facebook, and a lot of people are like, wow, this is the most powerful one you've done. And I think it's because it, like, a lot of people don't sit through a whole meditation. They don't get that full activation, you know, like they don't know that that video is on YouTube. So me sharing just a brief, you know, few minutes of it onto Facebook of like the actual beginning of it isn't going to have as much of an energetic effect as like me sharing the after effects of it, if that makes sense. Hello, how are you? Those are one of my favorite animals, the owl and wolf. I've been getting drawn to them a lot lately. We just had the wolf moon too, so I feel like sometimes it's just like yearly they come up, but this is definitely the time of year where I get drawn to them. But like right over there is a wolf thing I have. Over there is another wolf thing I have. Owls I've loved since I was little too. Oops, somebody has this is held for review. Yeah, I want to squeeze your puppy. They don't. Okay. They're like, that might be inappropriate, but that's funny. Yeah, they are squeezable cute pies. Huh. What's the matter? What's the matter? Go up and have a rest. This is why I don't sit down. Because did you see? I sat down for like 2 minutes and they were like, oh, what's happening? So I stand up, because if I'm standing up, they'll go lay down. But like if I sit, they're like, oh, we can sit with you anywhere that you are. Don't forget to thumbs up the video for Miss Bridget, y'all. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It does help. I always forget to say those things, like, and I know it. I'm like, I should ask, but I don't. Even when I'm doing like the pick a card, I just did a pick a card reading. And in between the pick a cards, like, is an opportunity to be like, please like, share, comment, ba boop ba boop, ba 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 ba. And I'll think about it, but I don't say it. I feel weird about it. I'd like to pay for a reading as well via PayPal. I've been following you for a while now, but my first time getting a reading, so not sure how to pay. Okay, so let me see if I can comment the thing, because I do have. Oh, can I comment on this? I don't know if I could comment. Well, I should have put it into the description. Let me grab the other phone, and then I'll be able to give you the link. My PayPal is divineessential@gmail.com, but I have a link that's like copy and pasted I can give to you. These things here, it's usually like a monthly thing that I do. So people, you could sign up here, like you click sign up on it, and then if you don't want to be on it for the next month, you just cancel before the next month. But it's $2.99, and I just answer people's, whatever question they have that month, and it gives people that option to do that. But oh shit, this is at 1%. Hold on, I'm gonna unplug this for a second. Unplug this, plug that in. There we go. Ah, it died. Okay, so we're gonna try again. I wasn't quick enough. I should have put it into the description box. I don't know why it's so hard to like add things to on here, but it is. And I thought about it because I actually wrote a little bit of a description when I was putting this up, but I didn't do the full. And it's a copy paste thing. It'd take me 2 seconds, but I was like, nobody ever asked, so I'll just not do it. And now they're here. Boop 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 a doop. We're loading up. Be right back. Okay. Da ba 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 da ba ba da ba. Opening. Can I ask 2 questions? One will be about social media and the other about the shift into Pluto and Aquarius and me getting out of my own way to get my manifestations going. Okay. Sure thing. I know there's other people that have been asking about social media stuff too. Are you gonna work? It was completely dead, so it's taking a minute. I've been uploading videos on TikTok and Insta every day. Awesome sauce. Monica has been uploading onto Instagram again, and she was asking me questions in the Alcyon Light Healing group today and yesterday about that. And there's another girl I know who like just took a social media marketing class, or she has one that she's trying to decide like what's going to be my niche. And then I know another girl who was like, I just uploaded onto YouTube Shorts and people saw it and they liked it, so she was excited about that. I know I need to. My block with like teaching about it has been like, do I want to start a whole new channel or put it onto a channel that I already have? And so I've been like testing the waters with the Be Creatively You channel, because a lot of them say they want help with like their mission and purpose, and like that's going to be a part of your mission and purpose in this day and age, is to like know those things. And it does all tie, like if I'm going to teach, what I'm going to teach, that stuff is in there. So how do we purchase a reading? My kiddos are distracting me. No problem. I'm going to 369. I'm going to give you guys the thing right here. I'm going to comment from this phone, so that way you guys can just have the link. Oh, what the hell? It doesn't want to stay on. Oh my God. All right, well, there's 2 ways. You can either join as a member, and then, you can cancel the membership after you join if you don't want, because I do this every second Thursday at 9 p.m. I go live, and I do, like, answer a question for the people. But there's also a super chat option. There should be a way to do a super chat from your side. The only thing with that is it charges a little bit more than just like the $2.99. I think there's only like a $4.99 option with the super chat. Or we can go to my website, which I'm trying to give you the link to, but it's not letting me give you this. I gotta let it charge up. You go to my website or you can go to my PayPal. But I'll just do the questions now, and then I'll comment the link after it gets going, and then you guys, can do it on the honor. I'll trust you. I'll comment the thing so that you guys can make your donation afterwards. And all the videos that I've posted recently have the donation links right there for my PayPal, for my Cash App, for all of my things. And Songs of Starlight, she's already a member of this, so her name comes through green. I'm going to do hers first, and then you guys can tell me your questions. And this is now charging, so when this gives it a few minutes, I'll give you the link so you can see the different places that you can donate. But I'll start with Songs of Starlight, and then I'll do Melissa, and then I'll do Baroness. So if you guys want to put your questions in there, I have plenty of ways for you to make the donation afterwards. So, hi, lovely. Reading for me. What are the intention of the Sagittarius man from another country towards me? Messages from him, and is he even still into me, even though we're not talking in the 3D? Okay. I'm going to grab a deck over here that's been jumping out at me. I was going to do a pick. I had picker cards on the Be Creatively You channel that have been coming up over the past couple of days. Again, from like years ago, and people are like, oh my God, this resonates so much. I can't believe it because it's from years ago. And my readings are timeless, but it was like a, what does he want to say to you reading? And I was like, maybe I should do another one of those. But I was going back and forth. So I did the Shamanic Soul one with the Spirit of the Wheel and the Soul Truth. But this is the deck that has been jumping out at me to get messages from the people of like, what do they want to say to you by donation? And it's me, Chakra Bunny Tarot. Change my name. Okay. Yes. It is by, you could do the $2.99 donation through any of the ways that I have that I'll pop up onto the comments there for you guys to have the links. And then, yeah, that's all. The other way is through Super Chat, and Super Chat I don't think allows people to go under like $4.99 on here for some reason. But that one is uploading, so let me do this question for her real quick and see what this guy wants to say. Oh goody, it's up. Here we go. I'm on YouTube, and I need my little YouTube studio really quickly so I could just copy paste. I might already have it copy pasted. Where are we? I gotta change the channel. I'm gonna log into Be Creatively You so that I go over here. It's probably gonna be the thing that pops up. Yep, right there, live. I am live right here. Here we go. Boopity bop. Clipboard. I'll go to this thing real quick. I don't want to give you the, I don't think it will let me comment the fullness. Donate to precision. Alright, so I'm going to give you the one for Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and it's $2.99. You can use any of those ways that you like. Oh, there's not that much of a delay today. Oh, you're signed up. Awesome sauce. Okay. So Baroness is all good on here. And then anybody else who wants to do it the other way, those are right there. You might need to like screenshot it to use it as a link. Like screenshot it and then pop it in there. I don't know if it will let you copy and paste. They're being weird about it now. But there also the other way is here. Like this little thing here helps us to do like a super chat membership or super stickers. If you can find something for $2.99 or you want to become a member for just tonight, that's fine too. Totally up to you. But those other links right there are also, they are clickable in any video that I've posted recently. If you just scroll through the description box or the pinned comment on any of the videos, those will be there. But yeah, YouTube's gotten weird about letting us use clickable links and shit because they're assholes. But here we go. So is he still interested in you? What's going on with this guy, the Sagittarius man from another country? messages from him. Is he still into you, even though you're not talking? And thank you again for joining the membership. I appreciate that. So I've got shadow work coming through, and it says, dive into the shadow to find the light. Deep wounds are in need of healing or in need of illumination. So I feel like, you know, you're thinking like, is he still into me? Like, even though we don't talk and stuff like that. I feel like that's causing some shadow, some cloudiness, like some unclarity about it, uncertainty about it. And I feel like shadow work is necessary for you to heal and illuminate the truth of things. And this is a theme that was coming up earlier today in the pick a card that I did on the other channel, where it was like, when you love yourself and you truly love yourself and you have boundaries and all these things, it's easier for you to tell when other people love us or not. And to like attract love to us or not, because the way we treat ourselves is going to be reflected back by the way others treat us. And so if you've got a lot of like uncertainty in yourself, if you're like, I don't know, like, and we all do, like, this is just a thing. It's like, we've all got this. We've all got, you know, blocks. We've all got fears. We've all got doubts. We've all got, you know, programming into us that's like, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not this enough. And so they reflect out into our relationships around us and make us feel like this person doesn't like me. So even if they do like me, no matter how they behave, if I'm insecure about it, I'm going to read into that they don't like me. And then I'm going to behave in ways that usually is a self-fulfilling prophecy of where now they act like they don't like me, even if they were acting differently before. So I'm not saying that he doesn't like you or he does like you. Either way, I feel like the way that you're going to really, truly get clarity about this is by doing some shadow work and practicing detachment and focusing on loving yourself unconditionally. This will in turn assist your counterpart to do the same, and it will help the attachment. Because if this is your mirror and they're dealing with all these insecurities and these doubts and these fears and these false programs and beliefs, then I think, you know, you healing that, working on that, diving into this can help them to do the same and to meet you in a new place. And then they say, I imagine what our life would be like together. And do you still love me? I feel like I'm losing you. So I feel like this is a mirror. They're mirroring you, okay? Hello, Rick. How are you? And I think that this just speaks to the fact that, like, they need to do the shadow work too. Like, they're sitting in their own insecurities and their own depth of their own shadow, their own darkness, and it's mirroring yourself. And so neither one of you are confident in this, and neither one of you are sure about this. So neither one of you are really taking action towards this. And I think instead of needing to take action towards each other, it needs to start from within, and then it's going to ripple out, is the feeling I'm getting here. And I do think they want to start over with you, but they may need to learn how to start over within themselves. Because if you guys start over in the same energy or in the same belief systems, in the same frequencies, in the same manners that you've already started before, you're going to get the same result. So I feel like you guys will probably start over, but I would just do some, you know, some digging in and trying to figure out what's going on inside of me that makes me feel like I'm not lovable, or this person may not be interested in me, or like, or even why it would matter. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, if someone's truly not into me and they don't love me and they're not gonna, then why waste my time with that, you know? So if I'm focusing on healing and clearing and overcoming the things that make me feel those types of ways, other people's behaviors aren't going to be so detrimental. It says, I'm trying to overcome my issues surrounding commitment and intimacy. So I feel like this person has a hard time expressing their truth. They have a hard time being vulnerable. And so that comes over your side and you're like, they don't like me. They're not talking to me. They don't want to be vulnerable with me. And it doesn't mean that they don't want to be. It just means that they're having a hard time being. But I feel, again, it's not the fact that they don't. I feel like they still do. They miss everything about you. And I just need to come to terms with everything I'm experiencing, which I feel like is something that you also need to do, is to come to terms with the things that you're experiencing so that you can come to a new experience together. And then we have the root chakra. It says fear and impatience, lack of abundance, greediness, anger, aggression, physical blockages surrounding safety and security. Get grounded and practice techniques that will anchor you back into the present moment. So, you know, try to relax and feel good and know that good things are coming. There's also past life stuff here. It says healing through past life meditation can assist you in understanding what you are reliving in this lifetime. Break the cycles. I feel like there's this a cycle that's played out. Like this is something that's happened in other lives. So it's deep under the shadow. It's like it's not clear to you because you don't know exactly what happened in the past life. You don't know exactly what they're thinking. You don't know exactly what you believe underneath the beliefs that you have on your conscious level. You have the subconscious that's an asshole sometimes and messes with you. So I feel like doing some past life, this is shadow work. Doing meditation, going within, working on feeling more secure, more stable, more protected within yourself is going to help to bring illumination into this connection. And it says, I feel like the universe is punishing me for how I treated you with karma. So they may even pick up on that. I miss everything about you. So I don't think it's that they're not thinking about you or that they've forgotten about you or that they never liked you or anything like that. I really just think that this is a mirror where you're both uncertain about the other and you both have things under the surface that you're not seeing that need to be brought to light so that you can heal. I've never experienced chemistry like I do with you. It overwhelms my body. So they are very drawn to you. And that could be overwhelming too. That like when you feel these things that you've never felt before, it's like, oh. If that wasn't for me, LOL, I swear that was my story too. I needed to hear that. And that I find that happens a lot here. If you're here listening, regardless if you're getting the message or not, a lot of times the messages can resonate across for others that are drawn into the room. It says, I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel so sad when I realize you're not here. So again, I feel like they are thinking of you. They're dreaming of you. They're wanting you to be there. But they could even be like living in a reality where because when you have that connection with somebody, like a telepathic, energetic, strong enough connection with somebody, sometimes it's like they are there even when they aren't. Even if you're, not seeing them, talking to them, whatever, it's like they're still fucking present. So I feel like they aren't used to this. It's like, I've never felt anything like this before. It feels like you're here, but you're not, and I'm sorry I lied to you. So they could have pretended like they didn't care when they did, or they may have said things to you that were untrue to protect themselves or to just kind of, hush down things that they weren't ready to express. I numb myself to escape reality and my feelings. So again, I think this is very overwhelming to them and they don't know how to handle it and they miss everything about you for like the third time there. I think about you as I fall asleep, as soon as I wake up, and I have to distract myself throughout the day to keep my mind from wandering back to you. So they are constantly thinking about you. They think that you're perfect from head to toe, and that may be a block as well because it's like, oh my God, like this person's perfect. I'm not good enough. I just need time to come to terms with everything I'm experiencing again. So I feel like it's really just they need time. I've been feeling his energy like sexual energy. I'm like, oh my God, that's not my energy. Like, goddamn, ha ha ha. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like and that's why you're still, asking about this because you still feel it. And then they say, have you truly forgiven me? So that could be some more shadow work that needs to be worked on. Have you forgiven this person for not being there, for not communicating, for not honoring this intensity? Why is this so hard? So they feel it too. They understand like this is hard, this isn't easy, this is weird, and we both have work to do on ourselves confirming that shadow work is necessary, I feel, for you guys. And they say, please don't give up on us. So they don't want to give up. I miss you. I miss everything about you. I miss everything. I miss you. So get that put into your head. You blow them away. They do miss you. They want to fulfill each other's fantasies, but you both have, some shadow stuff to illuminate, and that will help. I read all of your messages, or I've read all of your messages. You've taught me so much. So I feel like they have learned a lot, and you've learned a lot, but they definitely don't want you to give up on this. I read all your messages again. And when you get these repeating messages, I feel like it's just confirming, like, this is what they are saying. You are worthy of love, and I just hold you back. So again, you may not, like, the way that you're allowing things to happen in your life, to them, they're looking at, you're worthy of so much more than I can give you. And you're like, but yeah, I only want you to give it to me. And I think that's something that needs to be healed, They need to be able to acknowledge that they are good enough for you, and you need to be able to acknowledge that they should be able to come and say these things and stuff like that, and that either way, whether they do or don't, you're still lovable, you're still beautiful, you're still amazing, you're still important, and they're like, I don't know what's wrong with me. So it's not you, it's not you. Let's fulfill each other's fantasies. I'll see you soon. So I do feel like there is something here still, and they do want to come communicate with you, talk to you. I'll see you soon. Again, I mean, come on. This is what I mean. When these messages repeat like this, it's, yeah, please don't leave me. You must be my soulmate. they know this isn't normal. Like, this isn't your normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill. I regretted the second I saw pain in your eyes, so they do feel bad. They don't even know what they're running from here, because I think, again, things need to be illuminated, brought to the light. Your light is guiding me home, beautiful, and I will taste your sweet kiss again, sweetness. You are so tempting. I am so stubborn, so I have to forgive him for sure. Yeah. And that's hard, you know? And even when you do, like, be like, all right, I forgive you, truly forgiving takes work, you know? It's like we can say it, like, I forgive you, but we may not really mean it. We may mean it consciously, but under the surface, we still hold on to all of the pain and things that connected to whatever originally happened. So the way we behave or the way we react or the way we deal with others may reflect more so in the way of we haven't truly forgiven that or we haven't forgotten. But they are stripping down their beliefs, and you may need to strip down your beliefs as well surrounding the masculine. And they say, I know I'm running out of time. So I feel like they want patience, but they're going to choose what feels good to them. And that's you. You feel like home, and they are feeling obsessed with you. And they know that you're meant to be together, that you should have a commitment. So work on trying to forgive and you know, just do some shadow work. Do the shadow work. I did the whole shadow work series on my TikTok. You can watch that series to get the prompts, or you can get the shadow work book, or, you know, just Google into like some shadow work prompts for yourself and try to just illuminate what's going on so that you guys can bring this together. But yeah, it's not that he doesn't like you. He still likes you. All right, so let me see, what are we gonna do? I know, Melissa, I think I said you would be next, and you have two questions. Basically, one was, what is going on currently with the energy that was shifting, Pluto and Aquarius, and you getting out of your own way to get your manifestations going. One will be about social media, and the other, all right, so if you have like a clarifier, like the thing about social media, let me know, and I'll start off with the getting out of your way type of thing here to get your manifesting going with this Aquarius energy, the shift into Pluto and Aquarius energy. All right, we got the Spirit of Cups and the Five of Swords. So I feel like right now, like I said earlier when I first started this, and I was talking about how it's been an emotional couple of days, and it's been like I've been crying a lot, and I've noticed other people going through that too. I feel like it's on a grander level for some of us, and you may be getting impacted by that. You may not even be conscious of it again, because like if a lot of us in the collective are focused on certain things, it's gonna ripple out to others, and it may impact us all in different ways. But I feel like this Pluto going into Aquarius is going to shake up shit for everybody on a conscious level, on a soul level, on our own conscience, like how we feel about ourselves and what we're doing in the world, what's right in the world, what's wrong with the world. Like the last time we had these types of shifts, it was like, you know, big major catastrophe type of stuff, or like war like energy goes on, because it shakes shit up. It makes us see things that aren't right. So I feel like it's going to help you to see things that are not right in your life. It's going to bring up emotional turmoil in you, but inevitably it's going to help you break down the shit that's not working. It's going to help you to tear down the tower that you built that isn't manifesting anything, so that you can get moving into a better direction and get to your 10 of Pentacles. So the energy that's happening, you know, it may feel emotional, it may feel like a roller coaster, but it is actually going to help you to break down anything that's not working for you, so that things can start working for you again, and things can get better. Yeah, Three of Wands. So things that you've been waiting for are getting better. Yes, I haven't paid yet. I'm going to now, paying through Cash App. That's okay. The Pluto Aquarius energy bringing into my life currently. All right. So things that you've been waiting for, it's helping with, okay? I don't know if you missed some of what I already just said. Listen to it in the playback. But it's going to help you start over. It's going to help you take that leap of faith. It's going to help you follow your heart. And it's going to help you to find your new truth. It's going to help you to find the right partnerships in love and in life and in work and within yourself, so that you can be happy, so that you can manifest things and you can come out of the troubled waters into better days towards your 10 of Pentacles. So look at this as a good thing, no matter what's going on. Like I've noticed myself crying, right? And I'm like, why do I feel this way? Oh my God. Over stuff that usually when I see that stuff, it doesn't impact me like that. It's not that personal. It's not that like life altering. But you may have things like that where it's like you these little outside triggers that you may be like, what the hell? Just acknowledge them and look for the deeper meaning in them, because I feel like there's going to be something that is going to come up within it that teaches you what you need to walk away from. It teaches you where you need to put yourself, you know, like what should I prioritize? What should I let go of? What's going to lead me to success? You know, who should I be connecting with? Where should I be giving my time and energy to? And, you know, acknowledge those things. Acknowledge that sense inside of you, what you should walk away from and what you should reconcile with inside of yourself, and who you should, or what you should, you know, bring back into your life. Like, I really feel like a lot of the inner child energy is being healed right now. We may see things that trigger our inner child or trigger like the nurturer in us to want to help bring purity and love and all of that stuff into our life. It's going to help you to overcome this stall out time. So if you've been feeling stuck or like there's been no movement, whatever happens emotionally is going to help you to make that movement and that judgment call to overcome the sadness or the grief or the things that have been blocking you from your transformation. So I feel like it's going to be a good thing. It may be a rocky time. It may be an emotional time. But I don't think it's going to last that long. It depends on you. It depends on how quickly you decide to navigate through things or to look deeper into things. You know, like when I'm seeing stuff that's making me upset, I'm like, what is it about this that's truly speaking to me? Or what about it is speaking to my inner child? What about it is speaking to the parts of me that don't feel free? Or the parts of me that feel like someone else took away that from me? Or, you know, whatever it is that goes on with you, you know, that helps you to find more balance in yourself and what's going on inside yourself, so you can reconcile with yourself and you can reconcile with others in your life and have a good time. But it's going to help to empower you to heal, okay? And it, again, Six of Cups, I feel like we're going to be reconciling with our inner child. We're reconciling with the things that we're nostalgic about, like a simpler time, a time where people cared about each other, a time where people weren't mean to each other, a time where people weren't being picked off left and right, where it was safe for kids to walk around in their yard. You know, things like that. However that resonates for you, like the things that when you think about like how the world has changed, how everything's all technological and fast-paced and nobody feels safe and everybody's struggling, instead of feeling those ways about it or looking at it those ways or just going into the hustle bustle further into that, go into yourself and try to like nurture and love that other aspect of yourself and try to bring that aspect into the world of like that simpler times, easier days, more compassionate, so that you attract the right people to work with and the right opportunities, and you can be committed to your soul on a deeper level so that you don't feel all this anxiety. Because once you start to commit to yourself on a deeper level and you listen to your intuition and you take that soul level commitment and you're serious with it and you show up for it every day, it's going to be easier for you to speak a new truth. It's going to be easier for you to overcome anxiety. It's going to be easier for you to be single, sexy, confident, independent when you heal the wounds of the inner child, when you nurture that child, when you nurture that because that's child still inside of you. But yeah, there may be some things that come crashing down, but it's actually opening you up. It's going to help you to see things that you weren't seeing before. And I really think that's what Aquarius energy is all about anyway. It's like all new way of like, what? You know, like, just, it's like it's a weird way of showing up, but it does bring clarity in the end, and it will help you to close chapters that you've been, you know, stuck with it. So, what does TikTok, what does Spirit want me to put on social media, TikTok, Insta, YouTube, to get more followers so I can have a platform for more paid opportunities? Okay. Where is that? I'm going to try this one. Alright, what do they want you to do with your social media? The window just clicked. Like somebody's on the other side of the window, like, ch-ch. I think they want you to imagine yourself on the other side of the screen, okay? What do you like to look at when you're on YouTube? What stops you when you're on Instagram? What stops you when you're on YouTube? What stops you when you're on TikTok? What are the videos that get your attention and compel you to like them? What are the things that, you know, really suck you in and you stay there and you engage with it? What are those things that really speak to you? And then take those things and utilize them with what you would like to do, you know? We have the Merchant here. Mercury, opportunities to prosper are everywhere. Logical, discerning, flexible, financial, psychological, creative, communicative. So again, you're like, how can I do, like, what should I post so that I can have opportunity to make money? The opportunity is always there. It's just a matter of getting creative in what you present and getting over that block of like, I don't know how to do it, or I'm not sure. Like, you're a writer, you write poems, right? You can make an ebook of poems and sell that on your TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook right now today. You don't have to wait. You could be selling that today. You could make an ebook about how to write poems and be selling that today. You could make a little miniature course with little miniature videos about how to do something that you know how to do that you're really good at. You can teach other people that, or you go down the creative route of like, I'm gonna tie these things in. I'm gonna do like a Akashic record reading, or I'm gonna do past life reading with a poem. I'm gonna, like, there's a guy on Instagram right now that people go to him for a reading and he raps the reading. Okay, like he's like Aquarius and Taurus, ba-ba-doo-ba-da, and like he raps a little song, and people fucking love it and they pay for it. And he just uses the tarot cards and his creativity, which is basically writing a poem. You don't have to sing it, but you could do that. You could use your cards and your tarot cards and make a little thing and offer that today. And just like I did, was like, hey, this is my links to make a donation. People can donate. You don't have to have a whole merchant set up day one going out to make money. That's a big thing that people get with on YouTube too. I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I'm not monetized. The YouTube monetization thing really doesn't open up all that much more for you. It's like pennies on the dollar. It's pennies. It's like 1,000 views get you a penny. But before I was ever monetized, I was making money on YouTube because I was like, hey guys, if you want a private reading after they watched my reading, I would say email me and do a PayPal donation. And they did. And I got to a 6-week wait in that manner. I didn't have my Etsy shop. I didn't have my website. I didn't have these links that are out there now and available now for free. There's all these like milkshake website, this website, that. Like, if you Google how can I make a free website, or you look for an app that's like how can I make a free thing so I can charge people, and then you have all those links that I just posted for this, like your Cash App, this app, that thing. You give that to information. People on TikTok right now do lives, and when they go live on TikTok, they have those things on the screen. This is my Cash App, this is my thing, this is my thing. If you want a 10-minute reading, donate this much. If you want a 20-minute reading, donate this much. What do you want to sell? Do you want to do readings? Do you want to do poems? Like, but let me see what this says within the book for you real quick, for the merchant. But don't look at things as like, I'm not set up yet, because you don't need those things to be set up. You can start doing it like immediately. And you're not the only one that feels that way. A lot of people get blocked with that. They're like, I don't know. All right, page 34. Boop. Mantras are opportunities to prosper are everywhere. So start saying that and believing that. And then the soul desire is to be a creative channel for prosperity. Purpose, to accumulate wealth to provide for the material needs of your people. Shadow would be workaholic, moody, materialistic, or greedy. So again, be careful with that. Like, I get it. We all need to do things to make money, and it's a fine line, because sometimes we get greedy about it, or sometimes we let our fears or our like instability lead us rather than our creativity, our inspiration lead us. So try to separate yourself from like getting a big result. Let it be what feels right to you, and that will probably get you the big result. But if you look at it as like, well, the people who did this made big money, so I'm going to do that, you may not like that, because it's not your soul calling. It's not what you're meant to do. The merchant is a brilliant, discerning, and flexible transactor who is conscious of the abundant possibilities of creating prosperity in the world. And as a merchant, your goal is to accumulate wealth and provide the materials and needs of people. For the materials needs of people. Your sole purpose demands that you create wealth by being in service to others. So again, remember, I say this all the time, be in service to others. Because if we're only in service to ourselves, it really shuts off like that flow. As a merchant, you are aware that everything in the universe has an energetic currency. You're quick to quantify the values of resources and information in order to discern how they can best be channeled for trade, commerce, and profit. You are always on the lookout for opportunities to connect people, ideas, and assets in order to bring a potentially lucrative project to life. You're a hard worker, and you tend to multitask. Your keen instincts allow you to make quick decisions and your adventurous spirit drives you to push the edges of tradition and take the necessary risks to make the deals happen. You are all about living the good life. You love sharing resources with others and inspire other people to enjoy the parts of life which matters most to them. So with the shadow part, it's if you find yourself in the shadow energy of the merchant, you're caught up in the trap of believing that you are alone, are the source of profit in your world. It's time to take a break from work, to reboot your connection with source of your being and your greater purpose. Commit to living the good life here and now. Spend time with loved ones and enjoy the prosperous relationships and connections that you've already created. And the inspired action plan says, I am committed to honing my high value gifts to create wealth while being present to the needs of the many so I can contribute and give back to the world. So that's what they're wanting you to focus on, is like, it says when your emotions get the best of you, you won't be able to close a deal, which of course will make your bad mood even worse. You are programmed to prosper, but making money for the sake of money alone or putting things before people will rob you of your relationships. And remember, money can buy some things, but it can't buy love or happiness. So maybe, think about those things as you're creating. Like, I know you like to write poems. I know you like to write in general, or, make stories. Like, look at that guy. There's a guy that makes like these little videos on YouTube, and at the end of it, he's like, he says some little catchphrase. I can't even remember, but so you see, it's not always boppity boopity boo. And it's like these horrible actors and everything in it is just like crazy. But it gets a point across. It's like, this isn't what's important in life. This is what's important in life. So you could make little stories like that or things like that, or just keep that in mind as you're creating things and think about, how can I speak to others? How can I help others? How can I inspire others? And through that, create resources for myself and others. Like when you give back to others, like when I do the giveaways, people get excited about that because they're receiving something. And so more people come and they're a part of that. So like we all reach out, so be mindful of that type of energy, but also be mindful of what calls to your soul. What do you like to do? I align with the greatest good for all. Humanitarian, resourceful, integrous, idealistic, resilient, outspoken, opinionated, rebellious, a champion. I feel like they want you to be compassionate and speak up for the underdog. Speak up for the people out there that need a voice. Speak up for yourself, and keep those things in mind. Like, put those at the forefront of what you're doing, of like what truly matters in life. It's not money. It's not status. It's not the things that people get like, oh, I gotta have that. I gotta be a size this, or I gotta look this way, or I gotta have that car. Those things don't matter. The truth is, the other stuff will make you much more happier, because people who have all the money, right? Maybe their life's a little bit easier in the grand scheme of things, but when it comes down to like true depth and emotion and connection, they don't have that. They a lot of people off themselves. They're not happy. So be an advocate for that. And every problem has a solution. So whatever problems you're facing right now, get creative about finding the solutions for them. Look into finding the solutions for them, and how can you be a deliverer of solutions for others. And it doesn't have to be like, I made a product that heals this or cures cancer. It could be, I made a poem that speaks to the inner workings of people that have been too focused on this. And we need to remind them of that inner child, or we need to remind them of the joys of love, or we need to remind them of what's truly important. You know what I mean? Be an advocate for that type of stuff. Get organized. Everything has its rightful place. And then the artist, I create my vision. So what do you want to bring to life into this world, let me see. There's a lot of comments that are coming through. Okay, so yes, Songs of Starlight. I will pull you a past life. Really have a community though. Really to have a community though. Yes, my work ethic has been better concerning my creative. Even the person I admire is acknowledged for it, but I'm not doing it for him. I'm doing this for me. Well, and even in saying that, right, you're not doing it for him. You're doing it for yourself, which is a good thing. But also think of doing it for others. I'm doing it for the community. I'm doing it to inspire him and her and her and her. Keep that in there. And I don't think you're saying that in the wrong way. I think it is the right way to be like, I'm not doing this for him, or I'm not doing this to get his recognition. I'm doing it for my own self. But add in there that I'm doing this for my community too. I'm doing this to help other people. Bridget, can you just give me a random message? I have no real questions. I'm sort of just flowing, and I accept the universe. Sure. Know what comes out. I'm grateful. Okay. Yes, love that about the awkward energy. I've been trying to get a little bit of everything. Okay. The way you said TikTok, you're so good. Thank you. Put myself in the shoes of people online. Yes. Feel the negative talk all the time from me online. I got Mars and Taurus. We tend to compare ourselves to other, and that's, we all do. But try not to compare yourself in a negative way. Try to look at what other people are doing that's inspiring to you, and then incorporate those things, but make it your own. Melissa, no one is you, and you are the gift to the world. Yes, indeed. There's no other Melissa. All right. Yeah, so do that, Melissa. Do your talks, do the reviews, whatever feels right to you, and explore. There may be more than one thing that you're gonna post. I know it would be great. Believe me, don't you think I would like for Spirit to be like, Bridget, post this exact thing, and it's gonna go viral, and blah blah blah. It's not like that. It's we gotta learn, we gotta grow, we gotta trust, we gotta evolve, and you've got to enjoy what you're doing with the right motivations behind it for it to really take off. If you don't have the good motivations, it's not gonna get there. And if you do stuff that you're not really into just because you think it's gonna get the results, it's not gonna. Even if it does get the results, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna be long lasting for you. All right, so let me just pull this one past life card here for that girl, and then I'm gonna do a random message for the Baroness. All right, so we got karmic relationship and phobias. Obvious, and again, karmic relationship in this deck isn't necessarily, it's not bad. It just means you've got karma with that person. Like we all have karma with people. We're not like because I know a lot of karmic. The karmic's an asshole, and it like brought AIDS and like all this crazy shit people tie onto the karmic. We all have karmics. You're a karmic in someone's story. He's a karmic in someone's story. You're a karmic to each other because you've had past lives together. Okay? But specifically in this deck, they say, like, it could be somebody that you've had, like, a past life, like a soulmate, somebody that you love. You could have been married. It may not always be good, and it may not always be bad. But I know that term karmic can get a bad rap. So there's obviously multiple lives with this person, and phobias, I feel like, is what I was already talking about with you. These phobias are these fears, these doubts, these insecurities that are planted in the back of your mind. Those are that's the shadow work. You got to uncover where are the phobias that you have. What are you allowing to block you? Sometimes they show up as like, I'm afraid of heights because I jumped out of a plane and died in my last life. Or I'm afraid of fire because I was burned at the stake in my last life. But where are the phobias that you have in relationships? When you are with somebody, what are you afraid of? Think about it. Communicate like with yourself. Think about it. Meditate on it. When I'm in a relationship, what causes it to end? Is it the phobias that I have of like he's gonna cheat on me or he doesn't really love me or bop boopity beep? And it could be many. There could be many phobias, but also meditate on what are his phobias and how am I triggering those in him when we do communicate or when we don't communicate or just by being in these past lives that we've had together. But I feel like the past lives that you've had are multiple, that there is karma from them, and there's a lot of phobias that have begun in other lives. Like if he died in a past life before you could be afraid that you're gonna lose him. I'm gonna lose him. So you manifest losing him before he's even dead because a past life you lost him. And the same thing could be vice versa. He could feel that way with you, so he's like, I'm just gonna stay away because I don't want to lose her. So my phone's dying. Boop. Look into that. Specifically, like what are my phobias in love? What do I constantly get all worked up about when I'm with somebody? Is it that I think they're cheating on me or that they're gonna cheat on me, or is it that I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, that I don't do enough? Look for those things, and I think that will help you. But I feel like this is a battle that's been going on for many lives. It's not just like one lifetime, but I think that's again that shadow work. It's under the surface. It's you're gonna have to do some digging in there to figure that out. And I'm worried about my legacy when I pulled this apart. So that could be his phobia, that he's afraid to marry to the wrong person, or he's afraid of what other people are gonna think. Maybe you guys have different belief systems or whatever. there's something there that he's freaked out about. So, don't let that mess you up. All right, so I would be doing Rick right after I do the Baroness, who basically is just open to a message from what Spirit wants to give, whatever she needs to know. Why isn't this working? All right. There we go. Just put it up on the table. Sorry. All right, there we go. All right, so Baroness. Messages for Baroness. Anything she needs to know. We got balance in mind. Stop wasting time with procrastination energy here. I feel like again, this is another theme that has been coming up in the readings that I was doing today. Thank you very much. Balance came through a couple of times, and it was like, it's just a theme that's been coming through. And I know a lot of us can get frozen. We can get stuck. We can get overwhelmed. We can start thinking about things that don't truly like impact us in that moment, but it freezes us in that moment. So I feel like whatever has been causing you to procrastinate with yourself, they're wanting you to acknowledge that and balance yourself, because there's opportunities right now. They're like, what are you waiting for? Open the door. Opportunities are there for you. But I feel like you've been procrastinating on accepting them, or procrastinating on acknowledging them, or procrastinating on trusting that they're there. You know what I mean? Sometimes we can just doubt that those opportunities are really there for us, or that we can trust them. And then with Valentine's Day, it says, as all open their hearts, expect to be hit with Cupid's darts. I feel like if you allow yourself to open up to the opportunities presented to you, and just acknowledge them, be like, I am open to receive. I am open to the opportunities that the universe wants to provide to me. I'm open to receive true love. I'm open to receive abundance. I'm open to receive whatever it is that the universe has available for you at this time. And then you don't procrastinate on, like, taking the action steps that would accompany that. Like, if I'm open to true love, I've got to go out and like be open to it, talk to people, communicate with people, go places, make eye contact, say hello when people say hello, all of those things. And then in work, communicate to other people that you feel like you want to work with, communicate openly about what your hopes and desires are, so that the right people can come present for those opportunities. But I do feel like by Valentine's Day, you're going to have something go like manifest open to you. Like something big is going to come for you, but you just got to make sure that you don't procrastinate on being in that receptive energy. Don't block yourself off to it. Don't doubt it. Trust it, know it, believe it, ask for it. If you don't ask, you can't receive. So make sure you're telling the universe, I'm open, I'm ready, I'm willing, please assist me. I trust you to deliver the right opportunities, and then don't let fear stop you from taking them. Approach logic creatively, calm the raging sea, become stress-free. If you get stressed out about that type of thing, try to, let that stuff go, try to meditate on it. Try to maybe focus more on the creative aspects of stuff, because sometimes we're like, oh, I don't know. Like when I put a video onto YouTube, I can overthink like the titles or the tags, the description and stuff like that. But instead, if I go over to Canva to make the thumbnail for it, I can go to the more creative aspect and focus on that more. And by the time I'm done with that, then those blocks that I had to, like, what should the title be, come through. Or even planning beforehand, like, what is the title of this video going to be, or what is the question I'm going to ask, or what are the tags that I should use for this, so that it's prepared, and then you can be creative throughout the expression of it. You don't have to be like, trying to think of it on the spot, but however that makes sense for you. They're wanting you to balance your creativity and your logic mind. And again, thinking like in love and all of those things, how do you show up in a more logical approach to stuff? Can you be more creative in it? And if you're too creative in it, can you come into a more logical approach to things? Like, if I want to meet somebody, or I want things to happen, I should probably take this step. I can't, if I sit here and I light candles and I pray, but I don't leave my house, then I'm probably not gonna, meet somebody or have something happen. So I think they're wanting you to get creative, but also, balance it with the other aspect, and be stress-free when you're doing it. Because if you're in an anxious energy, you usually push things away from you. And divine feminine energy is all about being receptive and receiving, nurturing, open to the divine essence. So lean back into your feminine energy and trust that things are coming. And that could be contradictive to the like take action, but you can take action from a feminine energy. Like the masculine role is all about providing and protecting and pursuing and all of that. But the feminine, in order to receive, she also needs to be able to like go out to the world and do things and talk to people and communicate in a creative way, you know? So I definitely feel like you're going to be receiving some sort of love offer, or you have the opportunity to do so very soon, or something that you love to do. It doesn't have to necessarily be love, but if you've been holding off with something that your like heart is guiding you to do, stop holding off on it. Start to take action now, because a year from today you will be on your way, and I feel like things are going to be totally different for you. And then yeah, just like that, they will be back. So if somebody's not there right now that you miss, if you've been impatient about it, try to be more patient about it. This is totally me, Bridget. We all do, and that's just, you know, hello, Fabian. Try not to overwhelm yourself with that. Try to relax. When you start to see yourself spinning, do a meditation or do affirmations or take a nap, you know, whatever you could do to get yourself out of that spinning energy, and then shift the timeline into wholeness and completion. Why is everything, every month I'm looking forward to the following month, so much healing? I don't know, man. Why is it every month I'm looking forward to the following month? Is it a good way or a bad way? Do you feel like it's a bad way? But with Baroness, we have reconciling the past, surrendering new chapters. So I definitely feel like there's something that's going to start over, okay? And they say tomorrow is another day, try again another way. Whatever has been lost, or whatever feels like it's been stagnant or gone, or it hasn't manifested, or hasn't come to you, presented to you, is coming. Just don't stop working on yourself. Please keep working on yourself. Open the book, take a look. The answers you seek will come this week. So there may be things that you want to study, or even just open a book and write in the book. Like write down your desires, write down your dreams, write down your affirmations, because you're going to be seeing the results very quickly if you do. And then we have growth. Decades will come and go if you don't choose to grow. So if you don't choose to take those little actions, if you don't choose to balance that creative with the logical, like, okay, if I want this, I should do something about it, it will be decades before things manifest. But I feel like you have a very small window of time right here where it's like you could be seeing big results within these next few days if you truly allow yourself to let go of the attachment to outcome. We don't need anything. Needing nothing attracts everything. And then be nurturing and receptive within yourself, and just knowing and trusting that I'm open and it's coming, without you being like, I'm just going to lay in bed now and not do nothing. You know, like I got to put myself out there a little bit. And it says their absence brings balance, justice. So again, if there's a particular person that has been absent from your life, I feel like it was to bring balance. It was to bring justice to the situation. It needed to end. You needed to close old chapters so that new beginnings could manifest and good things are coming. So, but yes, keep your mind balanced. And then spring, when spring has sprung, it will all be done. So spring is right around the corner. I feel like if you take this message and utilize it into your life, you will see things very good within these next couple of weeks and months. And create and inspire will set your life on fire. You're an artist. So think of yourself in that way. Like I'm creating, I'm painting my life. My life is a canvas. Or like think of life as a vision board, and I'm putting all the things onto the vision board. The version of myself that I want to be, I'm choosing to show up as her today. The version of myself that, you know, has the things and lives the life and does all that stuff. How do they act? Where do they go? Who do they talk to? How do they talk? Where, you know, what are they wearing? What are they eating? All of those things. I feel like they want you to be mindful of that and not fearful of that. Don't overthink it. Just like, who is she? And let me become her so that I can be her and not get like, you know, blocked. And if you're confused about that, if you're not exactly sure about any of it, just know within a few days, you'll know which way. So any confusion, don't hang on to the confusion or analyze it or beat it up. Just be like, whatever, I'm going to trust and be open and receptive to the guidance, to the feel, to the knowing that's going to guide me to the right place, so that I can embody that version of me that's happy, that's loved, that's supported, that's receiving all of the blessings. But it's time for a change, and it won't be strange. So yeah, I think just know that things are changing in a good way for you. And if you catch yourself slipping into like, I don't know, it might not be good, Try to let that go and instead envision yourself like, how does the best version of myself handle those doubts? What does she do with them? You know, does she go for a walk? Does she write it down? Does she burn that paper of doubts and fears and then replace them with affirmations? You know, whatever it is. But definitely, you know, yeah, she is me and I'm her. Definitely, tomorrow is another way. Try again another, you know. If you find that you fuck up on one day, just be like, it's okay. I'm going to try again tomorrow. And when I find my confusion, it won't stay for long. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome sauce. Thank you very much. So where was my dude here? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There he is. Will my person break her silence soon? Or is it the wrong time for it? Hello, Rick. Let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3. A 3. All right, we have yesterday came, tomorrow will too. It's time to decide what will you do. And in a month's time, you will see the light shine, illuminate. Okay? So, I don't know if you've heard all the messages that came through tonight, but I feel like there's messages there for you too, where it's like, if you want something to happen, and the way that things have been happening haven't been getting you to that place, then we maybe need to approach it in a new way. It's like yesterday came, tomorrow will too. It's time to decide what will you do. So if you're waiting, look at any day now, expect to be wowed, complacency, even in the way that you said that, where, and I think we all do this, but it speaks volumes about what we truly feel and believe when we're like, is she going to reach out soon, or is it just not the time for that? We get rid of it before we allow it, because there's a part of us that's like, I don't want to be let down, or I don't want to look silly, or I don't want to be stupid, or maybe it's just not the right time. But underneath that, it may just not be the right time, is doubts of it's not the right time, or they're not going to. Just own that they can when you stop expecting them not to. If you're not complacent and you're not doing the same old thing every day, that's when things are going to change. You know what I mean? And so you may be changing things in other areas of your life, other stuff may be going on, but work on changing the ideas around her, you know, and expecting that it's not going to happen. Because it hasn't happened. It hasn't. And I know it's fucking hard because we get used to it. It's like, this is what I'm looking at. How can I expect something different from what I'm looking at? But I feel like if you approach things differently within your mind and you catch those little, like, maybe it's not the right time moments, and you have a shift of your fears and your doubts, your insecurities, you change your mind, you're going to change the outcome. You're going to see things manifest quickly. They're saying you have the freedom. Do you not see you're already free? It's up to you to dictate how long it's going to take. So there could be delays that will make you stronger if there is, but I don't think there's necessary delays. I feel like, yes, as all open their hearts, expect to be hit with Cupid's darts. Expect by Valentine's Day that you can receive that love, that person can come, but balance your mind, stop wasting time, do not procrastinate. It's time for a change up here. It could be faster, it could be slow, but that's your perspective. If I tell you it's going to be 2 weeks, and you're like, oh, 2 weeks, that's so long, another person could be like, oh my God, only 2 weeks, yay. It's all about our perspective. But again, even in the like, I don't think they're gonna, maybe they will, those are two perspectives. So try to harness the perspectives that are going to be beneficial to the outcome. And know that this is unconditional love here. You are being celebrated. Stop and look around. All you want will be found. You know, you've done the inner work. You've been healing. You've been growing. You've been shifting. You've been changing. You went through the darkness, and now it's time for you to see the light, the illuminating. Things will come into light. This is your true twin flame. Remember your story and why you came. Just know that things are coming that are meant to come. I think that there could be meditation that's necessary too, for you to like figure out like, what are the lessons here? What am I holding on to? It says, take a look, open a book, take a look, the answers you seek will come this week. I feel like they're telling you to look into the story of your connection. It says, remember your story and why you came. And then we have the book, like write down, just intuitively channel, do like automatic writing. Like, what is our true story? Why are we here? And let me focus on that rather than like the things that have already happened in this life or the things that I'm worried could happen or won't happen. And instead write the actual story of why you're here, what you're meant for, and what that means. And what can you accomplish in that, you know, like make it a beautiful story. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out thing, but try to shift it from the storyline that it is right now. We're not talking. We have this incredible connection. We're magnetically charged. We love each other unconditionally. We've had so many past lives. When we get together, it's like, but we're not talking. Instead of saying that, say the things that you want it to be, and also try to remember why. What is it for? Like, you feel something deep in your soul that it's for more. So write that book, and then please never stop working on yourself. Know that, like, your results are coming. So stay motivated. You do have a spiritual foundation here that is protected with the divine masculine energy. The spiritual foundation is protected between the two of you. You are twin flames, divine counterparts, soulmates, and expect the rebirth of death into life. So just know that when the darkness is fighting to overcome light, expect the rebirth of death into life. There's going to be a major transformation. The light is going to shine, but I feel like it's also dependent upon you shining the light, or you rewriting that story, you changing that expectation, you eliminating those doubts or that complacency or those, well, maybe not, or maybe it's not gonna, and instead focus on the unconditional love. Know that you are being applauded. You have starseed codes to anchor here, and it's time for a change, and it won't be strange. And then gather round and raise a glass. Finally found enough time has passed. So I think this is time for you guys to come together and have, a good reconciliation. It's time for you to write a new story about this. The big day is not that far away. So shift any doubts about that, or any maybes, nots, maybe could possibly, I don't know, into I know it's coming. I know we're ready. We've done the work. We've healed. We've grown. We're going to reconcile the past. We're surrendering to a new chapter. Collect your eggs. Prepare yourself or blow a gasket. So as you collect all your eggs in a basket, prepare yourself or blow a gasket. We have Easter coming up as well. So I feel like these next couple of months are going to be significant for a lot of people. But again, shift your focus. If you're focusing on fears or doubts or I don't knows, or it may be long, or that's too long away, then that's how it's going to feel and that's how it's going to be. But I definitely feel like there's something reconciling here. Good things are coming. Tomorrow is another day. Try again another way. And if there are any delays, they're just there to make you stronger, but don't focus on those delays. Don't focus on this being like what's going to happen. Just know that if these manifest, it's most likely a manifestation of the doubt. It's a manifestation of the stuff that I needed to overcome to get stronger. So instead, let me write that new story and not focus on that. Scribe or writer, what did I say? Write your motherfucking book. Write your story. Write the outcome. Instead of being like, I'm so sad and I'm hungry for this person, they're not there and I don't have what I want. Be like, we came to balance each other. We came for something amazing. We came from Atlantis. We came to change the world. We're medicine men and women. We have a purpose here. And then that's going to help transport you to a better position. You're going to be the knight in shining armor, in your own life, because you're going to save yourself from that place. So any guilt or shame or any doubts or anything that doesn't serve you, any anger, write that out of the story. Seduce yourself back into the light and illuminate this new truth about you guys, because I do feel like it's up to you to heal the brokenness. It's up to you to change the focus. I know what I want and I can't stop until I have it. So I'm going to trust that I can have it. I'm going to trust that it's ready for me. I'm going to trust that it's coming at any moment. I'm ready to break free. I'm ready to have my faithfulness manifest. I know we will find our way back to each other in divine time. So keep owning that and remember that. Put that into your story. Like, we're making our way back to each other at this moment because we're meant to be together. We're meant to heal this world. We're meant to do something amazing. We're meant to inspire each other. We're meant to recharge each other. We're meant to do the things that, we are meant to do, what our story is. And then we have the innocent. So I feel like just, tap back into the innocence of the connection, the innocence of love, before any doubts, before any arguments, before any breaking apart, any lies, or I can't seem to do what's right. Because that's a lie, it's a lie that we tell ourselves. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what choice to make. I don't know if this is the truth. Ba-ba-da-boopity beep. Just know the truth of the matter is that you love each other, and love will heal, and love will grow. Trust your inner knowing, and allow that to guide the story. But definitely do some automatic writing about it, and I feel like that's going to help a lot. Ooh, this is the best. What beautiful energy. Thank you very much. Ooh, the nut. Writing keeps coming up. Yes, it's a good thing to do, man. Keep writing. All right, so let me see. What do we got here? I got Baroness. I got I love that she sometimes rhymes. Oh, this is the deck that I made, and it has a lot of rhymes in it. Um, I have another one too. My tantric twin rhymes. This one rhymes. I put a lot of rhymes, and sometimes I just rhyme without trying. But that deck specifically is my Divine Time Oracle, and most of the cards rhyme. The ones with the numbers don't always have the rhymes on it. Thank you very much. Yes, I find that good too, Melissa. And I always get messages as well when I'm doing these. Thank you very much for sharing, Baroness. That makes sense. Awesome sauce. 7-7. I'm glad you ladies came. So thank you so much for bringing your friends. 777 is a synchronicity for the angel number. It's just a sync for me too. Lots of synchronicities coming up. Thank you very much. I've noticed all the messages have resonated for me, even the ones that weren't for me. That's awesome sauce. All right, so did I miss anybody? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody specifically. Making a vision board tomorrow. Awesome sauce. Oh, there's Boosh. Okay, Boosh. She's here. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody else. I know we got Baroness. We had Songs of Starlight. We got Rick. We got Melissa. And I think that was the people that were in here, on here. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. I believe I'm right. If I'm not, somebody can let me know. But I know Jenny's here now, so thank you, Baroness. Jenny is usually open to receive, so you know me, I'm open. Okay. We'll see what she says. We'll start with the Ocean of Emotion. So we've got, you feel so far away, can we forgive and forget, and please forgive me, I'm sorry. So that's interesting, because we've got the surrender, can we forgive and forget, and then we have the please forgive me, I'm sorry. And this was another theme coming up tonight in the messages beforehand, which usually all kind of tie together, was this need for people to forgive. And sometimes we're like, oh, but I did. But I did forgive. And we may think it, we may believe it, that we forgave them. We may even verbalize it and truly 100% be like, I forgave them. But it doesn't mean that we forgot about it. And I feel like there may be still things that have happened in your life that could be tied to anything. It could be tied to your parents. It could be tied to your lovers. It could be tied to your own self, your own things. But this has been something that's coming up. It's like it's creating distance. When we don't truly forgive these things, it creates a distance, or it creates an expectation of things to happen again. Like if someone cheats on us and we don't truly forgive about it and let it go, then we may bring that into the next relationship and be like, they're going to cheat on me, and become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If our parents did something a certain way, we may expect that other people in our lives. And even if they're not doing it, we start to see it there. So that was the type of theme that was coming up in the energies tonight, was truly forgiving, surrendering, letting go, so that we don't keep creating these distances in our energies. 882, I'm doing see how they have a green name? This is a membership for the people. Once a month I do live readings like this, and people can ask a question. It's $2.99 a month, but I also have a place for donations, but I haven't put it into the, what do you call it yet, the comments yet. Thank you so much, Baroness. Thank you for coming and bringing your people. I appreciate it. You're awesome sauce. And then for Jenny, we have, I can't sleep, I don't eat, and I have no sense of inner peace, anxious. So again, this distance that could be created from things that need to be forgiven could also be causing a lot of anxiety. I've been having major anxiety, which I don't normally have, for like a month. Just like wanting to pull it off of me. And I feel like that's collective right now. Like a lot of us are having these waves of things going on. We have all this stuff happening that's just causing us to sabotage ourselves, or to block ourselves, or to keep things away from us. Things aren't always as they appear. Sometimes when we start to slip into that place of anxiety or distance, we start to think people don't like us, people hate us, I've done something wrong, they hate me, or they think I hate them. You know what I mean? Just all that stupid shit. And it can go across the board. It can go anywhere. Like I drove for Uber last night, and like people get in the car, they don't speak anymore. Years ago, all the people that like gave me reviews were like, she's an amazing conversationalist, right? Not a motherfucker spoke. out of everybody that I drove last night. And I was like, what the hell? It's such an awkward, weird silence, but it doesn't mean that they don't like me. They could probably sit there thinking the same fucking thing, you know? Or like, it's not that they don't want to talk, they just are afraid to talk because everybody in the world has been like, stay away, get away, go hide. We need to break free from those things, for real. And that is a freedom that I think a lot of us need to break back into, is that freedom to be loved and to be open and communicating, break the ice. You know, it was my first night back after 4 years, so I was a little nervous about being like, but I know I could feel things coming from each of those people that, like, if I had spoke to them, it probably would have helped them. They probably would have felt better. We had plenty of fucking time. There was an hour drive for one of them that I picked up at a medical center. You don't think she had shit to talk about at midnight? I was like, what the hell am I doing? Where are you going? Why are you coming out of there? So many questions, but I didn't get to ask them. So, in order to receive love and give love and all of that, I feel like there's a need to go deeper right now in the community and in the collective, with ourselves, with others, so that we can unlock things, so people can feel better, so people can feel accepted and supported and free from that energy, so we can be more confident again. It says everything will work out for us, I just know it. So even in love, you know. And then again, what I was just saying with Rick, I says, I know what I want and I can't stop until I have it, with the focus. I told him to rewrite the story, you know, like, we have a story of like, I met this person and we had this amazing connection and everything was so magnetic and awesome and blah, 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 and now they don't talk to me anymore. Don't let that be the end of the story. Remember your story and why you came. Go do the deeper, like, do some automatic writing. Come up with a story of why you're here. You know, even just for yourself, but also in love, or what your focus is. Like, what do you want to manifest? Do you want true love? Do you want the career of your dreams? Do you want to be abundant? Do you want to be helping others? You know, what is it that you truly want to create? And then create it. And then I'm afraid you're not going to want me if you see the truth with the dark here. I think this also blocks a lot of us too. But this could be, you know, happening with your twin situation as well, is like, this is a sabotaging thing. Like, you could be holding stuff back, they're holding stuff back. You could be focused on an old story, they're focused on an old story. And this is going to impact every area of the life that we need to break free from. You know, we don't need to sabotage ourselves or manipulate ourselves into those false beliefs. Just because we got hurt before doesn't mean we're going to always get hurt again. Just because so-and-so did what they did doesn't mean that everybody will. But if we go out there thinking that, or having that underlying fear of that, we're going to see that even when that's not there. So I'm really trying to find a balance in life and love. I feel like just be focused on this and know that this is manifesting. This was another theme that came through tonight, was like all this balance energy. Like, we need a balance. We need to balance this. We need to let go of our fears. We got to have the logic and the creative come together to merge together. And whenever you're getting too far on one side, let it go. You know, try to lean to the other side so that you don't sabotage the creativeness that you have. And then we have 777 again. I feel like all of that is clearing. Awesome sauce. This just came up for me. I just did that. Awesome. So again, there was a lot of this like energy tonight. Was like, there's a lot of people in the collective going through these things at this time. And like the Aquarius energy is weird energy. So it can be like, we don't get it at first. Like, why is this bothering me so much? Like, I cried for the past 3 fucking days over this little girl who was stolen when she was 5. Or sold. I believe she was sold when she was 5. But I literally spent 3 fucking days crying about it. But then I'm like, what does this really mean to me? Like, why is this so impactful? And really underneath it was like, I don't feel like I do anything that matters. I feel like I need to do more to help, that like matters more. But then I'm like, well, I know that like me coming here and doing these readings matters for the people that get the messages. But there's still a part of me that feels like I'm not doing enough. So there's all these layers to it. There's all this bullshit that's there. And we need to applaud ourselves and recognize that we are being applauded, that we are doing enough, and that we can, if we don't feel like we are, then maybe that means we can do more. But it doesn't mean that we need to exempt all that we've already done, or that we're not a good person, or to just dismiss those feelings when they come up. There's a reason why these triggers happen, and it's a good thing. So reconciling the past, surrendering to a new chapter. I feel like you're just going through the flow here. You're changing your fears. You're focusing your mind into a new place, new time. Beginnings and endings are one and the same. So you're coming into oneness, and they will be back just like that. So again, these messages were coming through for others tonight. It's like, as soon as we stop expecting what we've already been living, things change. So it's like, they haven't been showing up, and that, you know, when Rick asked his question, he was like, do you think this person's going to reach out to me soon, or is it not the time yet? It's like, instead of projecting that in there, like maybe it's not the time yet, get rid of that, eliminate that doubt, because that doubt is really just self-protection of, what if they don't, and then I look foolish, or maybe you're going to say no, and I'm just going to protect myself now ahead of the game so that I don't get hurt as much. It's self-preservation, it's protection, but it blocks us because it's also self-deprivating. It's like, no, nope, they're not going to come. We got to trust our foundation is good. We got to know that we are spiritually protected and that good things can manifest. And then, like this energy deceiving, they may be back, but honey, they whack. We can't have these contradictive things going on in our lives if we want good outcomes. Like if we're like, well, if they come back, they're going to be a piece of shit, then why do you want them back, But if we're worried that they're going to come back and do what they did before, then that's just as bad as like they're not a good person. We're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. We're expecting things out of people that we haven't truly forgiven. It comes back down to that forgiving. Like, can I forgive you that you've ghosted? And if I can't, then I shouldn't get upset when I see it manifest again. Even if you're not actually doing it, I start projecting it and thinking that you are based off of what I have been through before with you. Is the type of energy that's coming through within these foundational energies that I feel like need to be shifted and truly forgiven and reprogrammed. So, like the meditations and things like the self-hypnosis that you do, focus on, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to be receptive and open and nurtured. And even if something like that were to happen, it doesn't mean anything about me. I don't have to hold on to it. Even the first time it happened didn't mean anything about me. I chose to let that be harmful to my ego. I chose to let that hurt me, and so it'll be decades will come and go if we don't choose to grow through that and recognize that, which I feel like you are doing at this time. You're healing that. And so now, just like that, they will be back. Expect an upgrade within the decade. We're shifting these beliefs. We're changing these timelines. But make sure you're taking breaks. Okay, you get 2 break cards here. There's only 2 break cards in the deck. It's time for a break. How are you even awake? Pour some more, close the door, break time. And that could be from anything. Like, because sometimes we're like, I'm not doing enough. Well, what are you doing way too much of? Maybe you're doing way too much of scrolling. Maybe you're doing way too much of anything. Sleeping. Maybe you're doing too much of complaining. Or maybe you're doing too much of isolating. Whatever the fuck it is that you're doing way too much of, try to take a break from that so that you can get to that next level in that manifestation up so that good things can happen. And when leaves hit the ground, be sure to look around. So by fall, I think things are going to be shifting majorly. Yeah, and then a big day is coming for you. Something big is manifesting for you. Things that have been out of alignment are coming into a new assignment, I feel. Yeah, anything that's been fear-based or lower vibrational based, as long as you acknowledge it and rewrite the story of it and keep, reminding yourself and not playing yourself like, is this a joke? Is this just gonna, because I know you and I know me and I know we do that because it's again self-protecting of like, well, if I just like sarcastically accept that my life sucks, then it won't be such a big deal when it does. Like, we're protecting ourselves, but we're hurting ourselves because we keep putting it out there. You know me so well. Well, I've been doing it too, man. So I think it's like we just haven't been in alignment for that. And that doesn't necessarily mean anything bad either. It's just what we were doing. But we did too much of it, so we've acknowledged it. Now we're going to shift it and be like, no, we're going to do something else. We're not going to keep doing that. It's time for a break. How am I even awake doing this? How have I continued this so long? So just know that good things are manifesting. But you got to open the door. You got to make the judgment call to open up so that the good things can happen. And you can become magnetic and sexy and charismatic and manifest in the king to the queen. The king and queen of wands here, they're not sitting around by themselves. They're out there and about there. They're living their lives. They're trusting their intuition. They're getting vulnerable. And they're committed to themselves to not let their fears and doubts of what ifs and what haves keep them from knowing that they can have the ultimate fulfillment and the ultimate love, but they've got to be aware of what they give so that they can get what they would like to have. But I do feel a new love, a new beginning, a new emotional support is coming for you. Yeah, the right people to work together with, an Ace of Wands. So I really feel like there's an opportunity presented right now for all of us, but we have that choice of we can ignore it or we can embrace it. We can keep going and balancing ourselves out, or we can, stay the same. But I do feel like you're gonna be stepping more into a single sexy confident energy, but without the like isolating and protect, because you really can't get there by on your own. Like if nobody fucking sees you, how can you be looking all good and awesome? People got to see you to be looking all good and awesome. If they're not going to be looking all good and awesome. We got to come out of our shell and out of our fears, and people burn us, people fuck us, and we're like, meh. But there are good people out there to celebrate with. There are good people to communicate with. It may take us a little bit of time to find those right places and those right things, but I feel like the chapters are closing of the ones that were manifesting in the wrong way or ending out feeling like it was the wrong way. But you're the magician, you're transmuting, overcoming the fears and the doubts, and walking away from anything that's been keeping you from that magnetic, charismatic, awesome sauce energy that you've been able to manifest before, and you'll manifest again. Just keep working, keep digging, keep making those judgment calls, and making those motions forward. And that's going to help you to reconcile as well, probably with your inner child, and just be mindful of what you're giving, because that's what you're going to be receiving, or even be mindful of what you're receiving, because sometimes that impacts what you're giving. If we go to work all day and people suck and they're horrible to us, a lot of times we come home and we take that out around us. So if the environment is impacting you negatively, be aware of that so you can transmute that. But this was also another thing of like, bring in love. I just realized the membership was free due to the trial you have set up right now. So here's my donation, Bridget. Thanks. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're awesome sauce. Thank you. I saw 1010 earlier today too. But yeah, this is a theme too. The Six of Cups is a theme right now for people. We're healing our inner child, bringing up things from the past. Like the reason I was crying for 3 days was over a little girl thing, but that's also tied to my inner child. So I feel like you're probably going to be acknowledging some of that stuff too, and that's going to help you to move forward quickly and overcome things that were painful endings in the past, or any illusions in the past that kind of fucked with you. Like made you feel like I'm not lovable, or nobody really cares, or I'm not safe in this world, because and those are just core beliefs that get in there based off of the experiences. But I feel like you're breaking out of those so that you can have the true love and the right people and the emotional fulfillment that's going to propel you forward, and making the right choices with the right experiences. So it's a good thing. Let me see what this is. Oh my God, I understand. I opened TikTok and a little girl almost got kidnapped by a man in a car. I was so upset. I wanted to hurt that man. And when kids are hurt, it does something to me. Like, what the fuck is this world? Yeah, the girl, Summer Wells is her name. And I've been like literally like crying for 3 days about it. I'm like, if I had superpowers, I might help others, like fire or super strength, But you can help people too, even now. So keep that in mind. That was it, like when Melissa's questions tonight about what should I post online. You can help people right now by bringing awareness to those things, or by like creating like a thing that's going to donate to support those things. Like how Ashton Kutcher has like that thing up where it's like he's helping people who are the women and children who've been trafficked, and they found a lot of people. There's YouTubers out there that figure out like who are the people in the community, because they have to a lot of people are put up there. Because that's the thing that was pissing me off about this, is like people who abuse a child, like, SA them, right? They go to jail for like 5 years, and then they come out back into the community, and they just got to report that they're like one of those people, but they get to live in the community again with a very short window of time that they get any like what the hell? There's people who go to jail for like ever because they had weed, and then there's people who go to jail for like a couple of months because they did some horrible shit to a child, and they come out and they're back in the community. But there's people online who find out who they are, keep an eye on them, and then like do like a sting operation. There's people who lure them with fake accounts pretending to be a minor, and catches these predators. So you can do so many things without having those superhuman strength, but a lot of times we feel like we're not, or how can we get blocked. And I believe me, because the 3 days of watching Summer Wells, I'm an expert in this case now. I know all the details about it. I've done the deep dives with these people who are like, they literally are people who have interviewed with hundreds and hundreds of people that are criminals, and they were like, they went to school for that. They're FBI people. They're like, I'm no longer doing that, but I've made this channel to teach you how to spot deception, how to bop it a boop, beep 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 bop. And I've listened to the phone calls that the father has made with his sister, and the shit that he said, and I'm like, But then I'm like, I don't know what to do with this information. But I do have a platform of many people that may care. I just have to, put the effort in it and actually do it and not worry about the ones who don't care. Because if I truly cared about summer, I'm not going to care about the analytics on it, or people didn't like it, or people didn't share it, or people didn't watch the fullness of it. Like, if I truly care about the cause, those things become exempt. So remember that, Melissa, because we were talking about that for your reading of like, don't do it only solely for you. Do it for like what feels right to you. How can I be in service to others? Even if I only reach 5 people, of those 5 people, there may be somebody that can help put the break into the case that goes finds this girl and, brings her back from the torture that she's living in. Oh, there's Monica. I'm sorry I'm late. If you're still taking questions, I want to ask about my career. Okay. I heard about the sting operations. You're welcome, Jenny. Yes, that's true. I want to help Ashton Kutcher. That's badass how they catch the bad guys. Yes, I know. But you can do that. They didn't go to school or college or get any like special fucking certificate. They didn't take a course. They just started to do it. So if you have something in you that you feel like you want to do it. Yes, always remember your why. Exactly. And your why can change too, it doesn't always have to be the same. So Monica, if you're still here, do you have a set question or are you just open? Let me know. I don't know if she's still here, but I will post some messages. And other people that are here, if you're wondering about career, we'll see what comes through with that. We got the Queen of Wands. So again, Jenny just had the Queen of Wands. Go get her independent away shower. These messages are coming up. I feel like they just came up for Melissa. They just came up for Jenny. They've come up for others tonight. You need to be the one that takes the action and gets inspired. And like I said to Melissa earlier, like what stops you? What do you stop to look at on TikTok? What do you stop to look at on Instagram? What do you like? Even if the person doesn't say, please like this, there's certain videos that they speak to me and I like it because it spoke to me. There's other videos that they don't hit me on that level, but because the person's like, please like, I like. It reminds me, oh yeah. Give and receive, I try to look at that way too. Like if I want people to like my shit, I gotta like their shit. If I want people to share my stuff, I gotta share their stuff, but be the go-getter, be the one that is putting yourself out there for whatever you want it to be doing. And I know you were asking earlier about like videos and stuff, like, look at other people doing what you're doing. There's not a big enough caption on YouTube Shorts, but there's tons of people using YouTube Shorts to do their readings, and then they have a pinned comment with not just the reading, but their WhatsApp and their things, so that people can make donations to them, or people can book readings with them, or people can find their other social media, and they have all that info there. Granted, now YouTube has changed. You can't have clickable links in there, but you can still get the information there. Some people are smart enough to know that they can screenshot that and then hit the little T and then highlight it and follow that link. Not everybody knows that, but the ones that do will maybe use it. And the ones that don't, you can, push them to a long form video. All of your shorts can be pushed to a long form video, or just have all of your shorts go to your intro video of like, make a 5-10 minute long video of who you are, why you're there, and all the information of like, if you'd like to make a donate so I can continue creating this, have your long form video, because your long form video can have clickable links underneath it, in the description and in the comments. Have all of your shorts linked to that long form. Because anytime you make a short now, you can link it to a related video and then tell people that that's there. Because some people don't know that that's there or how to click that. So say, click at created from Bop-a-da-boop, and then they can go there. But you need to be the go-getter. You need to be the one that's ready for transformation, inevitable change, blessings in disguise. So busy bee, resourceful, can do it all. Get that motivation inside of you, like, I can motherfucking do it. I can get it done, and I'm gonna get it done. And I know you can. Like, there's things, I get notifications from Wix all the time, my website, and a lot of times people are on the website reading the stuff that you wrote on the blog. Like, there's 2 of them that get watched the most. The complete guide to finding your twin flame and the complete guide to your soul origins, your starseed origins. Both of those, for some reason, like every fucking day, people click on there and read those. So look at that about what you've already done and be like, what can I use from that can help me to make other content for myself? Like, what are the and I know you've learned all of this stuff. Sometimes we learn all of this stuff and then we forget it when it comes to applying it. Like, I know that if I made more videos that were like, what are the top 3 blah blah blah, a hell of a lot more people are going to click because I said 3. Or I gave them an expectation of like, there's going to be 5 tips. And if I don't finish those 5 tips, they get pissed off. But they stay because they want all 5 tips. But you can't give it all to them at the beginning or they leave because they got it all at the beginning. You got to be strategic. I shared videos to Melissa recently from a girl that, like, she has the most views on her shorts and stuff like that. And she's very strategic with all of it. And I know that you would be able to do the same type of thing. So I feel like I will find those videos to send to you so you can look at that information as well, because there's a lot of strategy in it, but it also, she's not solely focused on only getting results. She's focused on what can I take out of my life that I can turn into a viral video. And she's so confident that she can make anything viral because she's broken the code at this point. So be committed to knowing that you can break the code. You've already broken the code before in many ways. You know, it's like, you know that you can do things. I've seen you succeed at doing things. So believe in yourself and keep showing up for yourself. Have your values and integrity aligned, you know, stay aligned within that. And a helping hand, a loan approved, a bonus, a raise. I feel like Spirit's going to help you. And you may also start to see like things coming into your life that are going to help pay. You know, it's like, oh wow, this is a great opportunity because I'm consistent, because I'm showing up every day, because I'm doing it differently than others, because I'm in a different area code, or because of whatever. Just know that if you show up and you are true to yourself and you are committed, you will get the bonus and the raise and you will have good things manifesting. But be cooperative, you know, and patient is key. Be relaxed. Don't get stressed out. I know it's hard, especially when we start, because it's like, there's only 2 people who like this. Oh my God. What's the point of doing it again? Just keep fucking doing it because those people will grow. And try not to focus on those things, you know. Be patient with yourself and know that, you know, you've got all the skills. Multitasking, adaptability, fluctuation of money. There may be good days and bad days. So plan for that too. You know, plan that, like, it's not always going to be the same. Try to remain balanced in the ups and the downs so that you can have a content life. But you are going to be seeing things more clearly. You're going to be happy at work as long as you keep your growth mindset manifested in there, and make sure that you you know, pay attention to the contracts and things that you're doing, whatever you're signing, or where you're committing your time and things. Like, you know, when we choose a platform, make sure you choose a platform that feels good to you. Don't just choose a platform just because it's another platform that may have a good opportunity to grow quickly or it's going to pay the most. Those aren't usually the ways that, like, I know it makes sense logically, but if we don't enjoy creating on there, or we're not that type of person to go on that platform, it's just going to be a waste of time, and it's going to be pulling us in these extra places we don't really want to be going to. I do it to myself all the time. I'm like, I'm going to download Threads, and I'm going to download Pinterest, and I'm going to download, and I'm going to upload to all of them, and then I don't upload to any of them, and then I have guilt, and then I have this like pull, like I should, but I don't want to, or I forgot about it, and it's like that. You can't be consistent like that. So instead, let me get rid of all of these apps that I really don't like and then I'm probably not going to use and are just going to weigh me down, and focus on the ones that I do like, that I do use, and that, you know, matter to me in my own life, that I'm constantly there. It's going to be hard to forget about because I use it all the time. Let me focus on those ones. And then you'll be happier and in a better vibration to receive, you know, more people seeing your stuff and more opportunities from that. But, you know, don't worry about the competition and the chaos and what other people are doing or exactly how they're doing it. Look at what's working for others and be adaptable in that way. But don't look at others as in, I'm never going to be that good, or how come they've got it so much easier than me. Be strategic in your planning. Have communication with your work, and apprentice or internship. Use the skills that you've learned at other places too. You know, use those ideas in your own business and in your own work that you're doing, and that's going to help you have a major transformation. So yes, I think that is good. Thank you guys very much for joining me today. I think I got everybody's reading. And again, I will be back next month for this one. So if you joined as a membership, it's the second Thursday of the month. You know, this month we only had. It's the second week of the month. Last week we didn't have a Thursday, but it was the first week. So it's always the second week of the month on the Thursday that I go live. A lot of times I do put out a video like a hey guys, this is coming up so people will know. I didn't do that this month, but you do get a notification when I go live, and it will always be on this night at 9 p.m. or around 9 p.m., maybe like 9:20 p.m. But I will always be on this night at 9 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time, around this time that you're here now. But thank you guys. It makes sense. Thank you. Thank you very much, Melissa. So yeah, I will be back. I did print out to do the Procyon next, the Starseed characteristics for Procyon. The last couple of days I've just been very upset, crying a lot, and wasn't able to really focus on creating content. But I do have a pick a card that I just posted on the Be Creatively You channel, and private readings are on my website. My sale is on my Etsy shop. And thank you guys very much. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you again soon. Thank you, thank you. Imune. Namaste.